What's going on, everyone? Hello, what's up? Nikki here, and welcome to our Wednesday live Q&A session. I am excited to be here with you guys and to help provide any clarification that you guys need for your journey moving forward, whether that be with macros, whether that be with workouts, whether that be with mindset. So welcome to our live Wednesday Q&A time together, to all my Facebook followers that are following me, then to the WarriorBabe community. We are linking this live Q&A together. So I am stoked to share with anybody who is not a WarriorBabe yet, which again, you guys, you can go to WarriorBabe.com and check out our programs. I'm excited to open up this Q&A and to answer any questions that you guys have for your journey in terms of macros, mindset, or nutrition or workouts. And then also you're going to see how I jive with my WarriorBabe community and answering their questions and hearing our lingo and all that kind of stuff. So welcome everybody. As you guys are tuning in, comment in the comment box, hey, what's up? So that I can see the names that are here with us live and I can say what's up back. If you guys are tuning in at a later date or time after this has been done live, then remember to do the hashtag replay, and then our community manager, Kate, will come back in and she will answer any questions that were done after this was done live. All right? Cool. What's up, Lydia? Hello. What's up, Brittany? Awesome. And I already see some questions firing off. So I'm excited to do this live Q&A. Before we dive into it, you guys, the drill is with these Wednesday live Q&As is to comment in the chat box the questions that you have, whether that be macro related, workout related, mindset related, anything that you need clarification on. I am happy to provide clarification for your journey here, and I will do my best to answer the questions that you have, okay? What's up, Shayna? What's up, Yana? Hello, Alicia. Excited to be here. Nice. Welcome, you guys. And before I do dive into it, let me give a huge welcome to the new WarriorBabes that are joining our community. We are getting bigger on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, and it's so cool to see the WarriorBabe community keep growing. You guys are becoming a part of a community of women who are becoming stronger, more confident versions of themselves. WarriorBabe is where strong is the new sexy. And our community is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's so cool to see all of these women on this journey together. But yet what's so unique about it is that everybody may be starting at different parts of their journey. So it's really cool to see that we're all coming together and we're all striving for the goal of building muscle, because that's what gets you toned, and having that composition that you want to accomplish. All right. What's up, Jamie? What's up, Emily? Hey, babes. What's shaking? Cool. Well, I am excited to be here with you guys. So if you guys do have any questions, now's the time to fire off the questions in the comment box, and then we will kick off this live Q&A in just a couple of minutes. All right, so welcome, guys. We come here every Tuesday or every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember that. Mark your calendar, set your alarms, because this is a time where a lot of knowledge bombs are going to be dropped. You guys are going to gain a lot of value from just coming here. Every Wednesday, I'm here to hang out with you guys for at least 30 to 40 minutes, so don't miss out on that. All right, so I see some questions coming through. Cool. Let's jump into it, guys. Smash the like button for me right now so that we can get more activity going with this live stream, with this Q&A. Share this video right now to your feed so that other women who need to be a part of this, to have questions answered, can chime into it and get their questions answered, or just hang out here, feel the energy, and also just kind of maybe sit in the back end because they could gain a lot of value just by watching this video. All right, so let's smash the like button and let's kick it off. So Ashia, what macro should we try to hit first? You should try to hit all three of them. Protein, fats, and carbs matter. There's not one that you need to specifically hit. All of them work together and they all do different things to inside of your body. So you want to make sure that you're hitting each one with a plus or minus 5 window. Okay, you don't need to be 0 across the board in MyFitnessPal. You just need to hit them plus or minus 5, which actually gives you tons of wiggle room when you're sitting down and you're tracking your macros. All right, so there's no one specific one that you need to hit first, because I'll tell you guys, like, and now if you are just starting off, your best bet to be able to do this the right way is to take the time to sit down the night before inside of MyFitnessPal, inside the application, and to plan your day, to plan ahead, to look at MyFitnessPal as like the game of Tetris, and you have to hit all blocks, right? Protein, fats, and carbohydrates. And it's as easy as going into your kitchen and scanning the barcode and thinking of the meals that you want to have for the day, whether that be 4 meals, 5 meals, or 6 meals. And you're setting up breakfast, you're setting up a mid-afternoon snack, you're doing a pre, a post, and you're doing dinner, right? Okay, what are you gonna eat? And you go into your kitchen, you barcode scan things. And then, okay, you're like, all right, I have my meal set, but macros aren't completely across the board where they should be with plus or minus 5. Then that's where you play around with the quantity. All right, let's say you got 5 ounces of chicken. Well, your protein macro may be over. Well, then bring it down to 3 ounces of chicken. Or let's say you got, 50 grams of oatmeal that you're using and you're over in carbs, or then you change that gram number down to 30 or whatever. Or if you need more carbs or more oatmeal, then you would just increase that quantity number up a little bit. So, and then it's a skill set. Macros is a skill set. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're hitting protein, fats, and carbs. There's not just one to focus on. You want to hit them all across the board. All right, Jamie, heavy weight, low reps, or less weight, make sure you get your reps. Okay, so let me use an example here. You want to make sure no matter what that you are keeping form. If you are losing form, then you are to drop the weight to hit the reps that you're trying to get. So yes, at the end of you want to make sure that you're hitting the rep scheme that is recommended. If you're doing 12 reps, but you picked up a heavy weight and you can only hit 8, then drop that weight and drop the weight a little bit lower and make sure you're hitting the 12 rep max or 12 rep a goal that you have. Most important thing is that you keep up with the form though, you guys. Don't try and be like, okay, I want to go heavy, I want to go for 12 reps, and then all of a sudden at rep 10, you're losing form. You're causing risk for injury, and you're not going to be targeting the specific muscle. Other muscles will overcompensate when you're trying to do that. So just make sure that, you're dropping the weight and you're going for the number of reps, but make sure though too, like at the end of the reps, say you're at rep 9, right? And then you got 10, 11, 12. If you're keeping good form and you're feeling challenged, that's an awesome weight for you. If it's going up too easy and you're not feeling challenged, then that's where you would maybe want to bump up 2.5 or 5 more pounds going into your next set. All right, Michelle, hey Nikki, how important is it to fulfill your fat macros? Is it okay to be under, or should I try to eat all the fats macro assigned? You guys, let me hear. I'm going to put this into perspective for you, okay? So, sorry if I just hurt somebody's ears by playing around with that microphone. So let me put this into perspective. If you are under by 10 grams of fats, that's 90 calories right there. If you're under by 20 grams of fats, that's 180 calories. If I'm doing that math right? That's a huge difference. When you break it down to the calorie realm, that's a huge difference. You're missing out on calories. And if you're only doing 1,600 calories a day, then you're dropping into the 15s, you're dropping into the 14s, and you're dropping yourself down into a deep, deep deficit, where you probably shouldn't be. So it's really important, especially, like I just said, you want to hit all of your macros, because if you leave one out, you're leaving out calories. And both of them matter, but more so it matters is what you want to pay attention to in the world of macros is just hitting plus or minus 5. And you have wiggle room there. So yeah, you want to fulfill protein, you want to fulfill carbs, you want to fulfill fats, you want to make sure that you're hitting them all across the board, because they truly, truly matter. And like I said, if you're missing out on it, you're missing out on you being in a deeper deficit than what you should be. So yeah, make it a point. Like I said, guys, I can't stress this enough. If you guys, yes, it's going to take time at first to learn the skill of macronutrients, but if you're able to sit down the night before while you're sitting and watching a show on Netflix, or while you're watching a movie, or while you're talking to your husband, or what have you, right? And you're playing inside of MyFitnessPal, just logging and tracking your meals, and you're doing it the day before, you've pre-programmed your entire day. That way you wake up the next day and you already know what you're going to eat. So it's rather than how many of you guys, I bet you, smash the like button if this is you guys, if you guys track as you go throughout the day. If you're somebody who, wakes up, eats breakfast, plugs in the macros that you just ate, then goes on for the rest of your day, smash the like button because I want to know who's doing this. And then you go on for your day, and then, then you come to lunch and you're logging all your lunch stuff, and then you're getting to the end of the day and you've got like 20 grams of carbs left, you've got like 10 grams of fats, you've got like 60 grams of protein. I guarantee you, all of you women listening right now have always have tons of protein left because it's the #1 macronutrient that tons of women have a hard time hitting. So again, smash the like button if that's you guys, because I'm speaking directly to you. This is a big fat no-no. You do not want to track as you go throughout the day because you're setting yourself up for failure at the end of the day. You're going to have all these numbers left. You're going to be like, I failed. What did I do? What am I supposed to do? How am I going to hit these macros? How am I going to hit these carbs? How am I going to hit this protein? Right? And then you're like, well, I'm never going to get this. Then you beat yourself up and then you tear yourself down. You're like, fuck macros. I don't want to do macros. This is too hard. Right? So if you guys take the time the night before to play around in MyFitnessPal, and yes, I'll be brutally honest, it's gonna take you time at first. Just like how it took you time to learn how to drive a car and how it took you time to get on a bicycle and learn how to ride a bicycle, right? It's gonna take you time. Why? Because it's a skill set. But it's something that will serve you for the rest of your life if you can learn it and get it down. So if you if you get it down now and you spend the time, whether that be an hour at first or half an hour, 45 minutes, as soon as you keep doing it daily, every day, just like riding a bike and driving a car, you get faster and faster and faster and faster at doing it, you guys. I can tell you, I can be brutally honest. When I first started tracking macros, it took me an hour just to log meals. Like I'm saying, this is why I'm saying it. Like I've been in your shoes. But now I can track macros with no problem. It's literally just like either a subconscious habit or I can look at food and know what I'm eating. So it's gonna take time, you guys. It's gonna take time, just like any skill set does. But it's such a massive skill set that will help you with the foods that you're eating and the goals that you want to accomplish. Especially when it comes to body composition and toning and shaping and decreasing body fat. Paying attention to macros is your #1 resource and source that in order to achieve that kind of goal, in order to get more tone, to show more muscle, to decrease body fat. So yes, it's going to take time at first, right? But the more that you do it, the faster you're going to get at it, the more you're going to become a macro genius, the more you're going to become a pro at it. But I'll tell you, like, just like anything does, it takes time. All right. Cool. Emily, I've been doing the burn for 4 months and I hit my macros every day, but I never divided them up as suggested from the calculator. Is that a problem? I'll be going to maintenance hopefully very soon. Do I really need to do it that way if I'm fine making sure I hit all of my macros? Awesome, Emily. I'm glad you brought this up. And for you guys that aren't part of the community, this is kind of like our lingo. Like we talk about cutting, we talk about maintenance, we talk about building, right? And they all know how to adjust their macronutrients. I recommend, optimization with your macros, especially as a beginner, to be able to distribute appropriately the macros throughout the day. Protein especially, because protein is going to satiate your hunger. It's going to curb cravings. It's going to regulate blood sugar throughout the day. As a beginner, Emily, yes, it is important to distribute and divide the macros as I am educating you guys on to do. Now, I would put it at like a 70-30, like it's a beginner's concept to nail down. But as you get more into the pro realm and you've been advanced with macronutrients, other than protein, you can kind of play around with carbs. Now, you want to make sure you have carbs around your workouts, but if your breakfast is a little bit lower or your throughout the day is a little bit lower and some are a little bit higher, it's okay. Fats as well. I've kind of broken my belief around that, especially now being more advanced in the macronutrient realm, that the most important thing that you want to make sure you are dividing appropriately and distributing appropriately is definitely protein, but fats and carbs, especially if you have a ton, can be distributed differently throughout the day. But as I'm saying, as a beginner, it's important to get down the proper distribution. As you kind of come into the advanced realm and you're doing easy tracking and it becomes simple, it'll be a little bit more, the numbers don't need to be as exact. Awesome. Thank you so much. That helped. Awesome. Beautiful. What's up, Juanita? Hello, babe. Heard you killing it up there in the VIP. Let's go. Carrie, macro counting is very triggering for me as it brings me back to my disorder. Can you provide some insight into your intuitive eating? I'm thinking that's the path I need to go. Okay, yeah, absolutely. I can absolutely provide some clarity and inspiration to intuitive eating. But let me tell you, babe, it's not the macros that are the triggering, it's the mindset and the way that you are looking at food, okay? So it's typically the mindset that you're bringing to the table when it comes to that, and it's not necessarily like the macros. Like, what I mean is, it's the way you're going into the whole concept, because macros is truly a skill, right? That will serve you. And this is what's going to lead me into talking about intuitive eating. Why I can intuitively eat now is because I have gained such a massive respect and understanding and awareness with food choices, with quality of good food, whole food from macronutrients. By me tracking for the last 5 years, I understand how much a sweet potato is. I understand how much, 5 ounces of chicken is. I know what that looks like because I have tracked for years. And now going into my intuitive eating, I can look at a plate of food and know exactly, probably freakishly, how much I'm eating, right? Or I'm really damn close to a ballpark idea of my portion size. And that way I can just go in if I need to into my fitness pal with my intuitive eating, and either at the end of the day just log everything I ate and see where I'm at. Or if I'm intuitively eating throughout the day, then I'm just breaking it down into 5 meals and I'm just eating what I know is important to eat, right? Like, I know from the portion sizes that I've eaten by tracking macros, this is that. I can kind of ballpark what's going on. But what got me to intuitively eating is macros, is the awareness. That's what macros does, you guys. It's not necessarily a triggering aspect. It's more of awareness, and it's just your mindset around it. It's just, what's another, like an analogy that I could use? I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but it's if you change your mindset into being like, macros is something that's going to bring me awareness to the foods that I'm eating and create a better relationship by understanding portion sizes and by understanding the quality of food, right there, you're changing your perspective on what macronutrients can do and how it can help you moving forward. And again, like I said, because of macronutrients, that's how I've gotten to the intuitive arena. That's where I am now with being able to look at food and look at it with a different perspective and look at it like, this food is fuel. I need this food. I need to eat this. And I'm really good at ballparking and portion sizes just because of my years of doing it. Cool. Jamie, you're welcome, babe. Ashley, hey girl, looking to change up my protein powder. Any recommendations? Yeah, for sure. As I've just recently made a switch from whey protein, I've been doing Pea Science Select. That's their vegan plant-based protein. There's also Sun Warrior is another really good plant-based protein. But then if you don't want to switch over to plant-based, you can keep going. There's Rule 1, there's First Form. Those are some of the guys that I would probably recommend the most. Oh, another one. There's one that I used to use all the time. Oh my goodness. Oh, All Max. All Max is really good too as well. Quality protein. Lindsay, what time zone do you do your live video? Eastern Standard Time. Becky, that's why I have a hard time tracking. LOL, why? Because there's so many tracks as you go throughout the day. I know, I'm talking to you guys. If you're insulin resistant, how many meals should you eat per day? I would still break it down into 5 or 6 meals. I would still eat pretty frequently. And that's not from an insulin standpoint, that's from a metabolism standpoint. But if you are, eating more of the right types of foods, you're going to keep your insulin at bay. Sarah, I tried to input breakfast and dinner, and then I can decide. I try to input breakfast and dinner, and then I can decide snacks and lunch based on what I'm in the mood for. Yeah, exactly. Brittany, what workout program should I start with? Only dumbbells, bands at home. Gym is still closed. If you're inside of my programs, we have just a dumbbell program or a band program. So definitely check them out, babe. Liz, if you have severe Hashimoto's, how do you figure this out? It is so freaking confusing and frustrating. Well, honestly, Liz, to be just brutally honest, I would get yourself out from doing the guesswork yourself and trying to figure it out, and hiring somebody like a coach who's mastered this, who understands it. We have a good handful of women that are inside of my program that have Hashimoto's, that have mastered it, that are getting it down. So you can check out WarriorBabe.com. You can check out the programs that we have. We have the Blueprint. The Blueprint is more education based. And then the VIP is more direct one-on-one. The Blueprint helps you understand how to be in control yourself. Gives you an education background on macros, on tracking, everything I'm talking about right now, from getting your day set up to distributing, to what macros you can use to hit the protein, fats, and carbs, or what food sources you can use to hit the protein, fats, and carbs. We have support calls 4 times a week. And then the VIP is a one-on-one coaching program. So we have a coaching division of 8 coaches, and we would assign you to a specific coach that is best suitable for you. And then they do all your programming. You just take out the massive guesswork that a lot of women are doing and spinning their heads. And they typically spin their heads for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 2 years before they're like, okay, I give up. I need somebody just to do it for me. And let me tell you this, when they come into the VIP program and they're putting the hands and the trust into our coaches, it's amazing the turnaround results that they start to have. They're like, holy cow, I wish I had done this sooner. I don't know how many times I've heard that. But the VIP is more one-on-one when you're working with a coach. So honestly, that's the first thing that I would say is stop spinning your head on and being frustrated and being confused, and hire somebody who knows what they're doing. Francine, what's up, babe? Brittany, I also work overnight, so I have been struggling because my first shift, I'm up for about 26 hours straight, and my last day, I don't eat as much as I should. Yeah, it's definitely trying to figure out your schedule and mastering, when you are awake. I know there's a lot of nurses that I worked with before that have worked a 7 to 7 shift overnight, have worked 11 to 7, and they try and figure it out. But it's almost like the easy way that I have broken it down is just switch your routine, right? How you would eat during the day with typical hours is what you're going to be eating at night. And then when you're sleeping during the day, that's when you're sleeping. Alicia, during lockdown, I prepared and ate on point almost daily. Now that I'm back to work, I'm finding it very challenging to hit all my macros. Any suggestions for grab-and-go snacks? Again, like what I said with the beginning is because I used to work in an ER, so I know what it's like to be busy and to not know when you're going to have your next meal. But if you plan ahead and you're putting all of your food into Tupperware the night before, and you're bringing it with you to work, and then you're putting it into a fridge, all you need to just know is hey, okay, I'm hungry. I need to go eat, and take 5 minutes to go and just put something into my mouth, right? And it comes down to this, you guys. You can have 5 minutes, even if you're a busy worker at work, to say, guys, I'm gonna go put something into my mouth. For you prioritize yourself, right? That's how I took it when I worked in the ER. And I was like, if I don't show up for myself right now, prioritize me and my hunger, I'm not gonna be the best for the clients that I'm working with and the patients that I'm working with. So it's just a matter of being like, hey guys, I need 5 minutes to go eat my food, and that's all it should take. Plus, you guys have also lunch breaks as well. But anyway, so important go to grab snacks. The Greek yogurt is a really good grab to go. Rice cakes, protein bars. Limit those though to 2 a day, or a shake and a protein bar. You don't want too many artificial. I'd go two protein shakes max. Or if I do a protein shake or a protein bar, but you definitely want to go for whole foods over any artificial. Cheese strings, little fruit things are really good to grab and go. Tuna is a really good grab and go on top of rice cakes. What else? Naming a bunch of stuff. But those are some good stuff that you can just grab and go and take with you. I know I'm missing a couple. Zelma, I'm always hungry before I go to bed. What can I eat? Well, that again can come down to distribution. Are you distributing your macros appropriately? Are you putting protein across the board? Are you tracking macros, right? But a good nighttime bed, it could be anything. It could be protein, fats, and a carbohydrate. It could be just a nice good meal that you need to have before you go to bed. There's then somebody just asked me this the other day. There's the myth of needing to stop eating at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. That is a myth. There's no such thing as you guys need to stop eating at a specific time. That's so old school. So if you are having dinner at 8 o'clock and you're going to bed at 9, 10, you're fine. Now, it could come into play a little bit more, individually. If you are having some carbs before bed, it could keep you up. It could keep you not being able to sleep. That is a true thing. So you just need to know and recognize your body. But I mean, if you're hungry, have something. Have protein, have carbs, have fat. Eat. All right, Stacy, what should fats be if some days my workouts are still not after my second meal? What should fats be if some days my workouts are not until after my second meal? Fats would be normal. And I'm not too sure. I don't think I understand the question you're asking, but fats wouldn't change. If you're working out after your second meal, you would just have fats during breakfast, your snack in the morning, and then, you would limit the fats around your workout, and then you would just have fats later on in the afternoon / dinner. Lindsay, I did your dumbbell program. I'm about to start your bodyweight program. Will I lose any muscle mass from the dumbbell program together? I wouldn't. If you have dumbbells, I would keep going with the dumbbell program. I wouldn't definitely not switch to body weight. I made the body weight because of quarantine and people didn't have any equipment at their home. But if you have equipment, don't switch to body weight. Brittany, I've decided that I need to plug in the whole week because I will plan all my meals, and when I'm working, I don't have time to plug everything into MyFitnessPal. Yeah, awesome. Do what works for you, you guys, but 100% make sure you are planning ahead. That is such a game changer, like unbelievable game changer to your entire journey, is just planning ahead and preparing yourself. Jennifer, how do you feel about Shakeology? Well, the whole concept of Shakeology, I'm not all about just drinking shakes. You need whole foods. But if you're using Shakeology with quality macros, with whole foods, and you're working into macros, sure, have at it. Emily, if I go into maintenance, are we supposed to do the build workouts or still do the burn workouts? You can do either or, but I mean, if your goal in maintenance is to try and put on some muscle, then I would definitely focus on doing the build. Putting on lean muscle, I would definitely focus on the build. Joy, do you believe in calorie manipulation so that you save calories for a day to enjoy any food you are craving and still remain in a deficit? I wouldn't necessarily call that calorie manipulation. What I would call it is either a treat meal or a cheat meal or a refeed day, which is absolutely necessary for some people along their journey to implement, to restore glycogen, to spike glycogen back up, to restore muscle, to just cause a shift in your metabolism and what you're doing on a daily basis, to speed up the whole metabolism, to aid in the fat loss. But yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't necessarily call it calorie manipulation. I would just call it, being able to have a treat or a cheat or a refeed day, which is a surplus in calories. All right, Sharon, how do you count your macros? Also, how much protein should you have each day? Well, that is very, very, very individual. Everybody's protein numbers are going to be completely different for their body, for their age, for their height, for their weight, for their goals that they're trying to accomplish. So I can't give you that. But what I can say with how I count my macros is I use MyFitnessPal, and I know the macros that I'm supposed to hit on a daily basis just because I figured that out. Randy, why do you limit fats around your workout time? Oh, this is a great question. So the reason why you limit fats around the workout time is because fats take twice as long to digest. They are a calorie-dense macronutrient because they have 9 calories per 1 gram, whereas opposed to protein and carbs only have 4 calories per gram. So fats take longer to digest. And if you're having fats around your workouts, up to like 10 grams or more, like peanut butter or olive oil or just an avocado or a heavy dense fat meal, your body is going to try and go into digesting that and not uptaking carbohydrates or protein, which are the 2 important macronutrients to have fuel your workouts and to also aid in recovery afterwards. So if you're doing fats around your workouts, your body's taking too much time trying to digest the fat macronutrient rather than allowing your body to absorb the carbs and the protein appropriately and use them for fuel and use them for recovery. That's why. If you are not working out, can you still have a pre and post workout snacks to meet your macros? Yeah, sure, absolutely. What I do in my fitness pal is like, what I name my meal 1, meal 2 are M1, M2, M3, M4, M5. And I just know when my pre and post workout is. Or you guys can do pre and post, but let's say you're on a rest day, then I would just treat pre and post as like a normal meal. Now on rest days, you wouldn't go with what I just said with that fat, rule. You can have fats in all of your meals on a rest day. Sarah, I'm trying to guide someone who doesn't have any willpower and is also in physical pain, being almost 400 pounds, can't walk more than 10 minutes. I'm trying to teach her basic nutrition, whole foods. I know she won't track macros at this point, but I know she needs to get in a minimum amount of each. Any suggestions? I mean, Sarah, honestly, like, trust me, I've worked with thousands and thousands and thousands of women, and some people just aren't going to you want change for them, but change happens on one's accord. No matter how much you talk the importance of macros, no matter how much you talk the importance of nutrition, it may not be resonating with them because they're in a different mental headspace than what you may be perceiving that they need, but they're not aware how important it is because they're just stuck in that pain. So if you can just keep reassuring, keep encouraging, but understand that change happens on one's accord, and that person wants to do it. They have to want to be able to do it. So don't, honestly, like, that's amazing. I totally give you insane credit to try and help somebody that is being hard, or has willpower or doesn't have the willpower, because it's a lot of wasted energy on your point when it's not being received by somebody else. But you just gotta, again, you can encourage, but also make sure that you're watching your own energy and not wasting too much time on it, because it could drive you into the ground and make you frustrated. But that's really awesome that you're trying to help her. But remember, change happens on one's accord. So there's only so much you can do because the other individual has to want it. Layla, what's up, babe? The best ab home workout, because this mama can't flatten her stomach after kids. I need help on this, please. Ab home workout. I would go planks. Planks are great. Dead bugs are great. Russian twists are great. It's just, again, just doing compound effect, doing it every single day or every other day. Again, abs are something that do need rest though, so you don't need to train them every day. Because they're always being worked in every movement that you're doing. But there's just some exercises you could do. Cool. Welcome. Awesome. Welcome. Danielle, no question. Just want to tell you how amazing this program is. It's because you're amazing, babe. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I know a program is life-changing because it's changed thousands of women's lives, but it comes down to the individuals that are inside of it and then actually put in the work. And you, my friend, with your story, which is so truly amazing, I would love if, once I do a new round of interviews, you share your story, because, guys, she was diagnosed by one of her doctors saying that she wasn't going to be able to walk again because of MS, and she's absolutely freaking killing it. Killing it! Danielle, you were killing it, babe. So it comes down to the work ethic again of the women that come into the program and just put their head down and put in the work. I mean, it's proven systems, proven results, proven strategies, but it's just about getting the fuck out of your own way and doing it, which is the hardest thing for so many women. So yeah, you guys rock. Stacy, thank you. Wasn't sure if fats should stay low till after post. Oh, no. You can have fats at the beginning of the day. You just want to make sure in the block of window around your workout, like pre and post, you're not having any fats. Like the meal right before you're about to go work out and the meal that you shake right after you have. You want to keep fats low. Holy cow, Melissa, where have you been? I will always remember your name from back in alpha female days. I just got the okay from my surgeon that I can start lifting weights. Double mastectomy. Wow, babe, you're a survivor. Should I do body weight workouts or just starts back to my weights? I would recommend body weight workouts first, for sure, and then maybe slowly introducing weights into it. You're welcome, Danielle. You're truly amazing, babe. All right, awesome, you guys. Well, I've spent a good amount of time, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, hanging out with you all. I love coming here on Wednesdays and answering any questions that you guys have. There's so much value you guys can gain from these Q&As, whether you're tuning in from my Facebook page or whether you're tuning in from the WarriorBabe community. There is always something that you can learn by coming here and just listening that will help be like aha moments for your journey. All right? Cool. Appreciate you all. Definitely tune in next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as I will be here providing a Q&A again to answer any questions that you guys have for your journey. Be sure to plug in, show up here, set your alarms for 5 minutes before, just so you know, hey, Nikki's going live. I can pop in and just ask her for something for clarification. I am brutally honest. I am brutally open, and will provide my motto too, as well is I'm not your friend, I'm your coach, and I will tell you what needs to be done, whether you like it or not, in order to get you and help you get you the results that you want, to break belief systems, to keep your minds open-minded, because that's what's going to help you get to the results that you want. Even if it doesn't make sense, that's why I say trust me now, believe me later. And all you guys got to do, I can talk to you until you guys are blue in the ear, but if you don't take anything that I'm sharing with you, you're missing out on opportunities for yourself, right? To have the kind of results that you want. So whatever I share with you, whatever I'm helping you with, make sure you're putting it into action, because that's the most important thing. These are passive, these are in motion Q&As. You can listen, you can learn, but until you're actually taking action, that's a whole different story. All right, so take action for yourself, show up for yourself, show up for the person that you want to be, the type of body you want to have, right? I said this to my VIP community last night. Think about the person that you're becoming, the body that you're working towards. Think about how that person would show up and how you're showing up now, because it's going to be drastically different. You're not where you are right now. If you keep going where you're going, you're not going to get the results that you want. But if you start showing up like the person that you want to be, with a ripped body or a toned body or a strong body, tracking macros, getting enough sleep, drinking water, if you start showing up like her now, you will get to that result. But you have to start putting in the work right now. All right? Cool, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your evening, and I'll catch you guys next week.